One thing that didn't change was our commitment to the health and safety of our students. That's always been paramount, and it is absolutely a value of the Pac-12. But what ended up happening was over time, our medical advisory group became much more comfortable with our plans to resume. And one of the reasons for that was that Commissioner Scott was able to acquire daily testing for our students.
Hey, Buff Nation, voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. Welcome back to the Buffalo Stampede. As we're talking football, finally got a couple of comments right there from Michael Schill, the president of the Oregon Ducks. He's the chair of the CEO committee for the Pac-12 that ultimately made the decision to get football going once again as we get into early November. Head coach Karl Dorrell, who I'd imagine is chomping at the bit. Finally, the good news comes down on Thursday, September 24th. First off, what was your reaction? What was your team's reaction when you got news that officially you're going to get a chance to play some games this year?
Well, as you can imagine, it was a great reaction. You know, we kind of had an idea about a week ago that this was being talked about, so we were very hopeful that, you know, there was going to be a positive move to really try to reconsider our position from being in January to maybe playing later this fall. So we're very hopeful, but I think as the last few days we're kind of, you know, surmounting up to the decision, we felt that it was going to happen. But when we made the final decision, we all had a sigh of relief, and also there's a level of excitement about, all right, we're going to play. And you know, the players are, you know, I feel great about our players right now because they've done so much and have been through so much and have been through a lot of scheduling changes and things that could happen and didn't happen and things like that. And now that something's been said and been made and it's in concrete, I'm going to say, it's fun. It's fun for our guys to finally look forward to something, and they're excited to play.
Karl, I have to think, and much like, you know, you've been a player and then a coach for all these years, college and the NFL. I've been broadcasting forever. The last few weeks, walking by a television, seeing a college game or a game on Sunday in the NFL has almost been surreal for me, I'll say. I don't know how it's been for you.
Well, it fed a lot of really positive energy, you know, being honest with you. You know, I think our players and even coaches and even myself, you know, when we saw the last couple of weeks and even with the NFL playing, we all had that desire, like, man, I hope they would reconsider our position and decide to play this fall. And thank goodness it all worked out that way, because we were all kindling and chopping at the bit about, man, we need to be playing right now. I would get text messages from my players telling me, Coach, how come we're not playing? You know, that type of thing. So they're ready. You know, they're excited about what's in front of them. We have, you know, obviously with the Boulder County ordinance that came out, you know, we're going to work really hard to work within the confines of what's been those restrictions and regulations that have been going on. But it's like anything that we've been dealing with already, Mark. We know how to move and adjust. I think our players have shown through the course of these last 4 or 5 months, their resilience, you know, how they've been able to move and adapt and continue to get better. And this is going to be one of those things that I think our fans are going to be excited about what they see, because I think our team's going to play well.
The way it works out right now, you're able to get back in the field October 8th.
Correct.
That they can get back out there. Your first game is going to be that weekend of November 6th and 7th. We're waiting on the schedule to come out. 4 weeks, a month, essentially. Is that enough time to get your team game ready to get back in the field?
It will be enough time. It will be enough time. That's my point. Is, you know, I think our players know my personality too. It's not ever a concern about, you know, what the things we've missed along this whole path since I've been hired. You know, no spring practice, none of this, none of that. You know, they're at that point right now that they've overcome all of that. That's the worst thing. That's the last thing they're thinking about, is the things that we've missed. It's all the things that are in front of them right now.
Right.
So if I tell them that we have 4 weeks to get ready, they're going to be in a mindset of saying, you know what, we're going to get it done in 4 weeks. So whatever that's out there in front of us with what we need to do, right now it's a 4-week camp. We're excited about it. We have 2 weeks to kind of prepare for that 4-week camp in terms of the coaches and their preparations. We're going to be ready to go. We're going to be ready.
7 games. I know at this point, like you said, it's what we have. We're grateful for it. 7 games. Is that kind of the sweet spot, do you think, since this season was delayed, to have for the Pac-12?
It is the maximum of what we can do under this time frame right now. So the November 6th or 7th weekend is going to give us 7 straight weeks of a possibility of playing 7 games. And, we've been in really good health for the most part, through this whole ordeal. Now with the new Quidel testing involved, and that's testing every day, we're going to be even better with being able to manage that at a higher level. So we feel that we can be healthy. We have a chance to really be healthy and take each week at a time and try to have a great 7-game stretch where we're playing on that Friday. Our goal is to play on that Friday and we get a chance to be the conference winner.
Lastly here, you talked about being mostly healthy throughout this entire ordeal. I think with what Rick has done, the university certainly, but here in the athletic department, with what Rick and the staff have done, I think the University of Colorado has really done an amazing job in terms of following the guidelines and making sure the student athletes, all the young men and young women on this campus, have been as safe as possible, don't you think, through this whole ordeal?
I really do. I think all of our sports, all of our student athletes and all of our sports have done a tremendous job. I mean, I think a job that's better than the average out there.
Sure.
of keeping our programs healthy. And I know that the climate's different in terms of the whole climate of campus in terms of the regular students and things of that nature, but I think from our student athletes and what their objective was, which was to work within our rules and guidelines of the social distancing policies and we're doing our part with keeping us as healthy as we can be, I think our students have done a great job.
Well, it's about time. Somebody asked me the other day, said, have you spent a lot of time with Karl? And I said, nobody spent a lot of time with Karl or anybody else on campus. He got here 2 weeks later, everything was shut down. It's going to be finally great to see you back in the football field. Congratulations. Can't wait until early November.
Absolutely. We're excited, and it's going to be a great product for people to see. So
Awesome.
Our team's going to do some really nice things this year.
Looking forward to it. The Pac-12 is going to be playing football in early November. That's head coach Karl Dorrell.